2-hour wait to imagine.
I couldn't possibly comment.
That makes it worse.
You guys are never happy, are they?
No, never happy.
You get people desperate to come in.
Exactly, there you go.
You weren't dragging him up the hill, were you?
Not at all. I'm good. Just at the start. When you're ready, James?
Okay, yeah. Well, it's nice to see you. Sorry, like a couple of weeks ago, and since then things have gone even better. Are you surprised sat there, bearing in mind, of course, you chose to come here and you knew what was kind of on the cards at Burnley, that people are talking about Europe and a top 7 finish?
I wasn't surprised in how this team can perform. Always had confidence when I stepped through this door that when I saw the quality within the team in the first couple of weeks that I trained with them, I could see that they're a very good side. So I'm not surprised that we're doing well. It's just nice to be at the top, and it's nice to have something to fight for.
It's a long way from survival or even mid-table, though, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. It's great. It's nice to be away from that and be able to relax and be free of everything. So it's nice when we play free football.
We spoke to Matt Loughton earlier in the week, and he said there was a point where during the kind of dodgy spell, I think he picked up 6 draws but couldn't get a win in 12, that you all sat down and said, look, you can either have safety or you can have a bit more, and the feeling was to go for a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough one. We had a tough run. Games just weren't bouncing our way, and that's how it goes sometimes. And yeah, it was nothing major. It was literally just to sit down and just like go, come on, boys, we can do something here. We want to push on and make sure safety was done earlier than later, as soon as we had a good start. So yeah, it was just one of those things.
I mean, the goal scoring's caught the eye, but I think the resilience of the team as well. I mean, 4 back-to-back wins, but more coming from behind shows what the players is about.
Well, that's what we're about. I mean, I don't think there's been many games, if only 1 or 2, that we've conceded more than a number of goals to at least be in with a shot of winning a game. So the defence have been solid all season, and that's our foundation. That's what we build on, and then we work our way through to hopefully score some goals up top.
A lot of people are talking about you and Ashley Barnes. Of course, you played all that time ago. Why did it take so long for it to click again, or was it just kind of finding your feet again and finding the way the team was going to work up front?
I think it was just when we got a chance. I mean, we just hadn't had a chance. Start of the season, we were playing. Vokesy started really well, so I played with Vokesy, and then we played with one up top, and then I got injured, so it just kept changing around. So I just don't think we got to see the option earlier on in the season. So it's just one of those. It's nice that it's come to the fold now, and long may it continue.
And from a player's point of view, is it almost like putting on a pair of old shoes and thinking this feels right when it does kind of click?
It's just one of those things. You never know why it clicks. It just does click, and it seems we've got quite a good relationship with all our strikers, and we all seem to get on really well and play quite well together. So it is nice to see.
How does it compare as a dressing room to other players you've been? Because some of the other players say the togetherness is something that's another step up to what they've done before.
It's definitely a good dressing room. It's one of the best that I've been in. It reminds me of an old-fashioned type dressing room, of how the units are nice and tight, and it's just an easy one to walk into. So I think everybody said it as they walk into this dressing room. It is one of the easiest ones, and that's down to the boys that have been here before, been here for the years, and bringing it through to all the new guys.
But it almost seems to be welcoming, but yet there's an element of self-policing into it. There's a kind of responsibility amongst yourselves, if you like. Yeah,
and that's like what we like to take on. It's nice and easy to walk into. You're welcomed, and then after a few months or so, it's down to you to do what everybody else is doing, and just follow suit.
How much would you like to have European football on your CV?
Well, again?
Yeah, well, sorry, absolutely. My apologies, actually.
It's no problem. It was a long time ago. It was a long time ago, definitely.
Poor research on my part.
It's all right. Of course, it'll be lovely. It's a long way off now. We've still got 6 games, 18 points to play for. It's a lot of points. It's going to be tough. We just need to do what we're doing. As you say, be resilient, work hard, and hopefully the good times will come.
But the result this weekend kind of unlocks things and gets people almost starting to dream, doesn't it? Leicester are behind.
Yeah, it's one of those games everybody from the outside will look at, saying it'll probably be a big match. But for us, it's just another one on the way to the end of the season. So this one's no bigger than 1 in 2 weeks' time or 3 weeks' time, whoever we face. So it's all about just doing the job properly and seeing where it takes us.
Final point for me, what's it like seeing a bunch of players kind of almost grow around you and being part of that growth?
It's nice. It's very nice to be involved in a good squad and a good team, and to be playing some good football, and to be enjoying our football and winning games, and that's what we ultimately want. So it's a nice time at the moment.
What does it mean to you playing against Leicester?
I had a great time there. I think it's a great club. Got on really well with the players, the staff, the backroom staff there. Everybody at the club, the owners are great as well. So it's a really nice club that I enjoy my time at. But I've got no loyalties to them anymore. So hopefully we'll have a good weekend.
Are you still in touch with people there?
I have a few mates that are still around there. So yeah, still catch up with them, but nothing much over this week.
I was going to say, have you caught up with anyone in particular this week, maybe building up to it, or is it
No,
radio silence?
It goes radio silent. It goes a bit down when it comes to that. It's just the way it is. We just focus on our own jobs, and then I'm sure we'll catch up after the game.
How crucial do you think this game could be in terms of you finishing in 7th spot? Is this very much the most crucial game from now to the end of the season, given it's against a direct rival?
I don't think so. I don't think whatever outcome happens on Saturday, it's still in our hands if we look at it that way. So it doesn't really matter. We just want to do what's best for our team and just to keep progressing as a unit. And that's all we've done all season, and it's taken us to where we are. So we're hopefully going to do that carrying on.
You had a look at last weekend's game for Leicester against Newcastle and sort of worked out the points maybe that you can look to attack in Leicester's team.
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot of research on them. The staff, they do a lot of time and effort putting in to find out what we can do and how we can attack them and how to nullify their attack. So yeah, we've looked at that. We've done some work on the training pitch to work on it, like every week with every different team. No team's the same, so it's a lot of hard work on the pitch, ready for the weekends.
What are their strengths?
As you can see, they're a great side. They've got pace up top. They've got good players in the midfield, and they've got some strength at the back as well. So, I mean, they're a solid side. They've been up there for the last 3 or 4 seasons now. So they're a good side, and you can't underestimate them.
Vardy's a different style to you, Chris, but do you sort of look at some of his qualities, admire those, and maybe try and work on bringing some of those into your game, given the way he's made the step up to the Premier League over the last few years?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's a great player, and fortunate enough to learn off him quite close. So it's one of those. He's a good player. He scores lots of goals. He runs in behind. He works hard, and he's got bags of pace, which unfortunately I don't have. I'd love if I did have his pace, then I'd be a very good striker. But I have to do different movements to work away in. So yeah, he's a good player. But yeah, we'll hopefully nullify him at the weekend.
What was it about him sort of working closely that you sort of tried to pick up from him?
It was all little different bits and pieces in training, just making sure right positions, working hard, knowing where to run and things like that. Because I was still young at the time when I came to that club. I was still 20 when I moved there. Left when I was 23, so I was still quite young. But it was just one of the things. He was starting to build his profile when I left, and it's just gone on to a bigger extreme.
Thank you, Chris.
Can I just ask you, from a striker's perspective, all the stuff this week about Harry Kane wanting his goal and getting his goal, can you sympathise with that being a striker who likes scoring goals and giving them away?
Yeah, it's a weird one. If he has touched it, and the striker knows when he's touching and when he hasn't touched it, I can reassure you there. If he knows he's touched and he's put his hand up straight away, he knows he's touched it. We know straight away if we've got any sort of nick on it. We know straight away, and I'd like to think he's an honest guy, and if he hadn't touched it, he would have given it to Eriksen, because Eriksen's given him probably 15 assists this season. So I'm sure one the other way wouldn't have too much of a repercussion. I think he'll still go close even without it for the Golden Boot. So he's a good player.
Have you ever had anything like that in your career, where you've known you've got it, someone else has said it's mine?
Yeah, I've had it a few times where I've definitely got a touch on it, or I've believed it went over the line before someone else has touched it. It's one of those things, but. In the Premier League, it's a lot more clear cut sometimes than when down in the Championship. But it's just one of those things. At the end of the day, they either go to you or they don't. In the end of the day, something will always come back around to you.
Awesome, thank you.
Chris, if you were to score this weekend, would you celebrate?
Yes, yeah.
Do you not believe in not celebrating in World Cup, or does it just depend on yourself?
I do, but it all depends on the club. I would only do it for West Brom, and that's what I did against them, because that was my first club, and that was the person or the team that gave me a chance in England, and I owe a lot to that club, and so that's the only club I'll probably do it against. I owe a lot to these fans to celebrate my goals, and I love celebrating my goals, because at the end of the day I take a lot of joy out of scoring goals, so I'm not going to turn down a chance to celebrate a Premier League goal.
Is there a bit of a rivalry with you and Ashley for top scorer?
Nothing's been said about it, to be honest. I'm sure there will be deep down, and come the end of the season when it gets a lot closer, we'll be kicking on. But I just hope we both kick on and do well and score a few more goals and hopefully get double figures and more.
So that can only be good for the club, can't it, if you're both pushing for that?
Exactly, yeah. It's only right. As long as we do it in the right way and we work as a team, and I can tell Ashley's not selfish in that sense, and neither am I. So no matter what the best option is, we'll be doing that for the team.
Are the players talking about the possibility of Europe, or is it very much kind of off the table?
Well, it hasn't been mentioned, but it's not taboo or anything like that. It's just one of the things. We don't act like that. We just think about the next game. Come last game of the season, if we're in that situation, we've got a chance, then maybe we'll have it as an incentive. But for now, one game's not going to be make or break for us. We've got 6 important games to go, and we just focus on those.
It's obviously, I mean, you've had such a fantastic season, but is there a danger at all that people start to feel like there's something to lose, if you know what I mean, given you're in that 7th spot?
For us players, there's nothing to lose. We've got to the point from doing great football and playing our way. We don't feel like we've got anything to prove or anything like that. We're just going out and enjoying our football, and if that comes